But we got some cocaine.
Go eat it.
The sun's going down, which means naughty things are going to happen. Preface to the video, you're gonna get fitness tips that not many people tell you. I swear to God, there is massive value in the video you're about to watch right now. All right, we're starting this vlog in true digital nomad style by having ChatGPT open, an espresso to my side, and a nice coffee shop. So I'm just gonna be working on a lot of the content that I'll be creating over the next month or so, and revolving around how do we get guys to actually improve their confidence and also make that happen internally and externally. So a lot of mindset stuff, a lot of fitness programming and stuff like that. And so I feel like I'm glad that I haven't really locked in onto a specific niche when it comes to who I help as a psychologist and a fitness coach, because you know, you have that sunken cost fallacy where it's like, a gambler who gambles a lot of money, when they get so deep within their gambling, they feel as though that I've already lost so much, I should keep going because, you know, I've already lost this much, and if I want to regain my money, like, you know, I should just keep gambling. And that's why it's a troublesome thing when people find things in their life which they stick to for too long than what they should, because they don't want to leave their situation. Because if they were to leave that, it would to kind of like discredit all this time they've sunken into it. And that's why so many people, they live unfulfilling lives for so long, because to change direction, to change career, to take a risk on doing something different would mean that all that time they've previously spent being an engineer, listening to other people's opinions and thoughts, just like all that just becomes meaningless time and their life not well spent. Anyway, I digress. I'm gonna get on with this work, enjoy my coffee, my little espresso.
Let me tell you how I come through with the 1-2, kicking shit like kung fu. Treat a bad bitch like she average, I'm a savage, little hoe, what you want do? I'm about cash, if the raw fast, I'ma get that little nigga by any means. Mama complain about my ball mains, but it's all same, couple wax in my skinny jeans. Hit it up, one time, niggas gonna get...
So I don't know where the day's gonna take me. I actually am planning to go out for a kick-ons. When I say kick-ons, I mean like going out for nightlife with these two dating coaches I met. On the plane from Hong Kong to Da Nang, I was on the plane and I was sitting next to these two guys and they were talking about calories and stuff like that. And then I just started talking to them about fitness, and we started talking about, you know, dating, we started talking about gym, we started talking about their coaching business, and obviously the similarities between me as a psychology and fitness coach and them as dating coaches. And before we knew it, the bromance had been started. And so I'll be hanging out with them tonight. We're gonna get loose, and so I might film that, I might not. The other plan for today is obviously go to the gym, you know, just kind of relax, prepare myself for the week ahead. So yeah, it should be a good weekend. We're gonna do a workout now. We're gonna do back and biceps, and I'm going to talk to you why I'm doing certain movements, how I'm actually changing my lifting technique to actually benefit getting gains. So without the gym I'm currently at, I don't have everything I would normally have. And so at the end of the day, when it comes to getting growth in the gym, you do not need to have a plethora of different exercises that are the most scientifically based. You can create a good physique with very minimal exercises as long as you follow correct form, tempo, reps, and everything around that. And so I think the session will be good to be able to show you on a really simple level how I make sure that no matter what gym I have, no matter what exercises I have, I can actually still get an effective workout. So let's start. Sake. The machine just got taken, so we're gonna have to wait. We need a private gym, hey. All right, so I've only got 40 kilos on either side, and I'm genuinely just trying to get my muscles stretched. But like, I really want to emphasize really allowing my arms to be fully extended, so that way my lats are getting stretched and then a full contraction. And like, even like experiment with a bit of width, right? Like, there's nothing harmful about you going out further to feel maybe a different type of tension within the lat. The further out you go, you're actually activating your lat more because you're doing less of like a close grip pull-up which is actually activating your biceps, right? So it's like if I go like really close grip here and I come with my elbows coming straight down, I'm almost doing like a bicep exercise, right? But it's like if I go fully out and I make sure that when my elbows come down, they're coming down to my side, I'm really making sure that's my lat that's being activated. All right, and then we're just gonna go, oh my God, my hair, holy shit. I look like I got electrocuted, brother. So another thing that I want to reference in terms of actually getting good quality workouts in is that this idea of you have to have a pause of like 2 minutes being the best for actually getting growth, that's complete bullshit, because your muscle is going to need to recover so that you can then give your maximum effort for the next following set. If you're like super strict on the idea of you having to do a 2-minute rest, and no matter what, you just go into your next set, you aren't going to effectively be able to do that set as good as you could have if you had to given a longer rest. So for me, I genuinely wait until I feel like I could give my all to that next set. Usually that's like 3 to 4 minutes. And so that's why that's a common misconception that I see. All right, let's go for it. And then what I'll do is I'll even like go to one arm, and what I'll do is I'll actually flare my body out to the side so I'm really feeling that stretch through my lat, and I'll go one arm. And I'll like lean outwards. So like instead of going like that, I'll go out like that, and then I get more of a stretch on my lat. So instead of being 2 hands, and when you do 2 hands, you kind of like, you can't really get that stretch, right? But if I go 1 hand, I can really extend that side of my body so that when I go for the pull down, I can get that stretch way larger. And then I'll do the same for the other side. I'll do 1 more set of that, and then I'll go into a new exercise. And then what I'll do is like, if I just did a large set on that arm, I'm just not gonna go straight into the next arm just because I need to do this set. Like, I'll wait a tiny bit. This is one of my favorite back exercises lately. I'm gonna run you through it now. And so with this, when I grab the weight, I let my back roll, and I see how far I got that. And then I make sure that I try and bring the actual machine to my chest. Something I've recognized that people do wrong as well is that when they go to exercise, they just put in the pin and they do the weight that they set without actually testing the weight to go, oh, is that actually going to challenge me? Because if you put in the pin and you end up being able to do this set easily, it was a wasted set. So put in the weight and then actually try and feel like, oh, okay, if I was to do like 8 to 10 reps, like that would actually be quite difficult. And that's what I always do to make sure that I'm not wasting a set. Because that's just energy expelled, not through mechanical fatigue, but through you expending energy that your body uses as fuel. And we don't want to do that. We want to get mechanical fatigue, which is where the actual muscle itself is a limiting factor. That's the weakest link in the chain, not the actual energy. Next, I've changed the weight 3 times to make sure that the weight that I'm doing is actually going to be effective for me to grow. And so, you know, don't settle on doing a weight just because you're lazy and you don't want to add more weight. Is it weird that I want to play Call of Duty Zombies right now? Anyway, let's go hit this set. And then if I'm gonna do a single arm row, I'm gonna wait until I feel like I can do an effective set on my right arm. You know, because the idea of bodybuilding and growing muscle is to be able to isolate a muscle so that all your energy and all your possible power goes to that muscle, right? And so imagine we're trying to actually build our back. And so there's 2 sides of the back. And by actually pulling both sides at the same time, the energy depletion is much higher, much faster. And so for me, I personally believe that isolating by doing one body part at the one time can be an effective way to actually provide more stimulus, because you're able to provide more effort to the muscle. Because you're able to isolate that, and you know, like the quads, right? They're massive muscle. They use a lot of oxygen, a lot of energy. So by actually focusing on one muscle, you can actually give it a lot more power. I'm only going to do bicep curls for the final exercise, but I'm going to give you a little trick you can do to actually get a larger stretch on your biceps. When we stand up like this with bicep with dumbbells, right now, like there's a small amount of stretch in our biceps, right? But because we're hanging from a standstill, we can actually leverage it more. And what I do is I actually put my elbows almost on my body and lean back a tiny bit, because now it's almost like we're doing a preacher curl with our body. And it doesn't have to be much, but like, if there's a little bit of tension, it can be really good. You are much better off failing a set with the weight that you couldn't do than always sticking to weights you could do and not stimulating the muscle with progressive overload. If you are like giving yourself a thumbs up because of the fact that you're hitting your 8 to 12 reps every time, you're losing gains on the table by not allowing your muscles to potentially try a weight that it was not used to, because that creates a breakdown of the muscle and hypertrophy even in that itself. So yeah. Anyway, I'm gonna finish the workout and then we're gonna go get something to eat, have a shower, and get ready for tonight. All right, so we've just made it to my favorite spot to eat. Yeah. So this place, I can get a bowl of noodles and a drink for like $3. So it's not exactly the most anabolic meal, I'll be honest with you, but tastes good, it's cheap, and yeah. How about that? Just casually mogging the Vietnamese on the street. I'm such a tool. But it's funny because it's like, you know, what sells? Being boring or being exciting? All right, I am now in the middle of buying. All right, what is it in Vietnamese?
Ổi.
Oh, guava. All right, yeah. How much?
20.
20? All right, we just did a drug deal of guava. Now, I like guava like as a flavor, but I've never had guava as an actual fruit before, I don't think. So we will see how guava tastes. Well, it looks like a packet of like salt or something like that. Anyway, let's dig in. All right, this is my first taste test of guava in Vietnam. I don't think I can eat the skin. I'm gonna like crack it. She looked at me funny, like, do you really want this? Yeah, not that great. It's chewy, seedy, lacking a lot of flavor. Yeah, it's not good at all. Mistake. Oh well, I'll learn for next time. Oh my God, it's horrible. But we got some cocaine. What's this? Ah, what is this? Do I eat? I don't like it though. The guava's bad. It's like salt. All right, the food just came, and I'm gonna show you what I got. So I got this with a baguette, and I dipped the baguette into that. It's kind of like marinated beef in a way. All right, here's the plan. So the sun's going down, which means naughty things are going to happen. We're gonna go have dinner with this tool over here, and then we're gonna go play some pool and see where the night goes. Hello.
Hello.
How are you?
Good, bro.
All right, so I spoke to the bro at the coffee shop. His name's Tree, and we got this. It's called Dao Cao, and it's like how you like play like hacky sack in Vietnam. Anyway, now we're gonna go down the street and we're gonna go get some Korean food while Aaron does his swagger walk that he does.
I'm really passionate about the flag, aren't
I know, right? Are we gonna get loose tonight, Aaron?
Oh.
No, it's a sin, so we can't. All right, this is the food spot for tonight. I'll give you a food review when we go in. It's always awkward first dates.
So, what's your favorite color?
I'd say like red or purple.
Black, 6 foot.
But that is my type.
Yeah, I haven't tried the corn yet. Hey, excuse me, have you got one?
All right, people, that's the meal. Aaron's really enjoying his chicken egg thingy-majiggy. Yeah, you're trying to eat like that. Yeah, go eat it.
I love this meat.
I love your meat.
Alright. So after this, oh,